The second step when you're starting your YouTube channel actually is all about picking your YouTube niche or the topic that you're going to focus on. This means that you are going to be deciding on what you are going to be creating your video content on, or the topic that you are going to be creating that video content on. And this is the second step of this Start a YouTube series. Picking your YouTube niche or YouTube topic is very important because it is going to start developing a sort of clarity on what your YouTube channel will be about. It is going to give you an idea, or you're going to actually have a clearer idea on the things that you're going to be talking about when it comes to the videos that you're going to be creating on your YouTube channel. And this is one of those things that actually sound very easy in theory, but that becomes very difficult when it comes to execution and implementation. And this is because as a human being, you have multiple interests. You are not binary. You have very many things that you're interested in, and these are things that you can actually create video content on. But unfortunately, it might not be possible for you to do all of them at the same time. That forces you, or it means that you must actually get to a point where you need to decide on the topic or the niche that you're going to focus on. And there are as many niches and as many topics as you can think about when it comes to actually starting a YouTube channel. You can talk about your interests, your skills, your expertise, your hobbies, your passions, or your life experiences. These are things that you can turn into a YouTube channel. When it comes to actually picking the YouTube niche or the topic that you are going to focus on, I would actually advise that you focus on things that you can be in control of. And what I mean by this is that you need to look inward, because you are going to be creating content on this topic or within this niche for a very long time. And if it's not something that you are really interested in, something that you are comfortable when it comes to creating content consistently for 5 or even 10 years, then you are going to get bored at some point. And this is where even external metrics or external motivations may not make a lot of sense. And what I mean is that do not get into a topic just because you have heard it makes money. Because if that's the only reason why you are doing it, then it might not work. Because what happens when you do not make money as quickly as you would want, or even ever? There are people who argue, and I actually agree with the same sentiments, that you need to consider being in a niche or in a topic where you can continue creating content even if you do not make money in the foreseeable future. Because that will mean that it is something that you would actually do anyway. It's something that you're probably currently doing, only that you are not creating videos about it, or you are not sharing what you are doing on YouTube. So you need to look at yourself, the things that you like, the things that you are doing, and find a way to actually build a YouTube channel around them. It could be related to the job that you are doing. It might be related to the business that you are currently involved in. Or it could be other things that all boils down to who you are. Probably you are a parent. You can create a YouTube channel based on parenting. It could be a sport or a hobby that you love and enjoy. So there are quite a number of niches that you can focus on, and it is upon you to pick the one that would work best for you and the one that aligns with the life that you want or the life that you currently have. The most interesting thing about picking a YouTube niche or topic that you're focusing on is that you can always pivot, you can always change. And this is important to know because there's always a pushback, or you might have a pushback where if you are a person who has multiple interests like me, you are wondering whether you are going to be boxed or to be just focus on one thing for the rest of your life. What I think is possible and what I have seen other bigger YouTube content creators and entrepreneurs do is they start with a narrow focus or with one topic, and then as they continue to grow their YouTube channels and their YouTube businesses, they have expanded into other verticals and introduced other kinds of topics and other kinds of niches into their business. And you need to also think about that as you start your YouTube channel. Have the long-term view of what it is that you are building, which is why step one was very important, where you established and defined the reason why you are starting a YouTube channel. And I want you to take time to go on YouTube and search for YouTube channels that actually cover various topics. You can look for YouTube channels that cover specific topics and also look for others that have multiple topics or multiple niches. And a good case or a good example of such topics that cover a lot of topics are what you would consider to be media-based YouTube channels, where you have a media business that covers topics across various niches. They do sports, they do business, some even do politics, others do lifestyle. And you are going to find that those YouTube channels still has space on the internet. Equally, there are people who are focused on one specific area, and those have also been able to build successful YouTube businesses or even YouTube channels. So you need to now make a decision on how you are going to go about building your YouTube channel, the topics that you are going to focus on, or the niche that you are going to actually focus on. And that's a decision that you have to make, and it's a very important step on this journey of building your YouTube channel into an income generating online asset. Now, there are three things that I want you to take away from this conversation or from this YouTube video. The first one is that you need to start specific. What this means is that you need to pick one narrow topic or one narrow niche where you are going to start creating content on. This will become the foundation of your YouTube channel, and your audience will know you, or you'll become known as a person who has authority, probably expertise and skills on that particular topic. It could be something that you are passionate about, it could be your hobby, or it could be something that you currently are doing or that is associated with you. The idea is very basic. Just pick one thing and focus on it. The second thing that you need to take away from this video is that you need to avoid spreading yourself too thin. And what this means is that you need to actually continue on the theme that we have spoken about of picking a niche or a topic and going all in on it. The idea is for you to build authority, to go deep in that particular area before you actually start thinking of expanding into other verticals or into other topics. What you'll find is that sometimes it might be even advisable to actually create a second YouTube channel to focus on a different topic instead of putting all the topics in one single YouTube channel. But that's later. That's not what you do when you're starting. When you're starting a YouTube channel, just pick one thing and then go deep on it for a year or two before you start thinking of how you are going to expand your YouTube channel. The third thing that I want you to take away from this is that you need to align the topic that you are creating video on with your passion. And this is very important because you are going to be creating content for a very long time. So you need to pick something that you enjoy, something that you can consistently create content about, and also you need to think that this is something that you're going to do for a very long time. So you need to have something that you can stick with for a number of years. That means it's something that you truly enjoy and something that you care about. Picking your YouTube topic or YouTube niche is actually a step in the right direction when it comes to starting to growing and actually monetizing or making money with your YouTube channel. It is something that is critical as part of the steps that you are going to take to build or to start a YouTube channel. And you need to take it very seriously because this is going to actually inform the next step, which is all about defining or being clear on the target audience that you want to reach. The topic that you pick or the niche that you decide on is going to inform the people that you are also going to target in terms of the audience or viewers that you want to have when it comes to the people who watch your YouTube channel. Which is why I want you to watch the next video on your screen right now and the next video in this Start a YouTube channel series.